out? Oh my gosh, let in you. Don't pull it out.
Good morning, Modern Steaders. The foliage just keeps getting better and better. Look at that. Good morning, chickens. We're getting so close to having all the high stuff done that we need the lift for on the new post and beam garage, which is a good thing because today is the last day with the lift. Whew. So we need to get it wrapped up before the lift leaves today. But before we do that, we gotta do all of our morning chores. I think the first thing we better do down here is feed this flock of chickens. They seem a little hangry. You ready for breakfast? Come on, we'll go feed you. This flock of chickens live in our chickshaw and it has an automatic door. So at night, I can't talk this one. So at nighttime, it automatically closes, and then in the morning, it automatically opens. So that's why they're always out on video before I get out here and they get locked up at night because they all go back into the coop once the sun starts setting. It is a mess down here at the job site. I apologize, I've been trying to put it into beast mode so I can have everything done up high that we need the lift for. I think we're gonna have most of it done. There'd be a few more things it'd be nice to have the lift for, but unfortunately, we didn't make it. Good morning, ladies. I got a good mess going on down here.
Yeah, you do.
I do, don't I?
You should pick that up.
I should, shouldn't I?
The ferry, the mess ferry, will come pick it all up.
That'd be nice. I need to hire one of them. Good morning, Ivy. Hope. Good morning. Good morning, Nora. Hope, do you appreciate the foliage? You never had foliage in Arizona, did you? She's like, yeah. The only thing I like about foliage is the leaves falling so I can eat them. Over here, Blossom. There you go. You waiting for me, Hope? How's that? There you go. Man, do we have a mess going on everywhere because of this build. It's really messy. We're usually not this bad, but we're trying to get everything done when we have the lift. Today's the last day of the lift, so after that we can take some time and clean up. Oh, this lift has been a huge blessing to have when we're building it, but at first we didn't know how long we were going to have it for, so we were in a big rush, and now we know how long we're going to have it for, so we're in even a bigger rush to make sure everything gets finished up before it leaves all the high stuff. But we need to get our ridge cap on this morning, and then we can finish up some high trim. If anybody has any good recommendations for a good small air compressor, leave it in the comments down below. That one has not completely died on us, but it's almost seized up a few times now. So we're gonna be needing to get one at some point. We'll get the lift warming up, and then we'll get up there, put on our ridge cap. Oh, the final piece of ridge cap. It feels so good. I'm glad every piece of tin roof doesn't come covered like this. That would take a little bit of time. Let's get this ridge cap put on. Slide it over a little bit more and we'll be good. I think that'll be perfect right there. Probably didn't need to take that one out, but I did. All right, now I'm gonna go down the other end. Make sure it's straight. All right, that looks pretty straight right there. Man, that feels good. I made a little bit of a boo-boo cutting the tin yesterday, so I got the girls nail polish again. Don't tell them. Luckily, they have a color that matches the roof pretty closely. Once it dries, you won't even be able to tell. Get some rain and that'll wash off that dustiness. Let's get down below and we can get some trim going and get this all trimmed out. We can get a measurement for our final front trim board, which is going to be 124 3/4. Looks like Gina's making a lot of kindling. Gotta make a mess before we can make it better. Alright, 124 3/4. The boys are noisy again today, huh?
It's a really weird noise.
It is. Going up.
What are we doing?
Gotta put that little piece of trim on. Just want to see how flush we are. Is that good right there? Awesome. No, I gotta start down my end. You wanna hold it?
Did you just get yourself? Oh my gosh, what in you? Don't pull it out. We're going to the emergency room. Just don't pull it out. We're gonna go to the emergency room. You want me to let go of this?
Yep.
Okay.
It hurts a little bit. We just got back from the ER. That was not a fun visit. I tried pulling that nail out myself. It had 2 barbs on it. I don't have the nail down here with me. I'll have to show you the nail later. I saved it. Let me get my phone out and I'll show you the x-ray pictures. So the nail has, let me go get the nail gun and show you. The nail is coiled nails, so they're rolled up in a coil and they're attached to each other with a piece of mechanics wires, 2 of them. Right here. So what ends up happening is those pieces of metal break off and stay on the nail. So these will break off here and then these 2 barbs will stay on that nail. And that's what was holding it in my leg. I haven't seen the video yet, so I don't know how much footage we got of the whole thing. You guys know before me. But I tried pulling the nail out and I could feel it was pulling. It was stuck on something. I didn't know what was in there, so I didn't want to yank on it. So let's see, we'll get the photos out. So this is, put it over here. You can't see it, we gotta go in the milking room. Here, there we go. So this was the first x-ray, and it looked like it was in the bone. The next x-ray is the same, and then the second x-ray image showed that it was only in soft muscle. They said it was in my IT band. I think it's, yeah, it's the IT band, not the TI band. And I could feel it in my leg. So after they x-rayed it, they came back, they numbed it up just locally in the area, and they started pulling on it. And when they were pulling on it, I could feel like one release, and I was like, oh gosh. Then I felt another release, and then I didn't hear nothing. The doctor's like, you all right? You want me to keep pulling it out? And I said, yeah. And he goes, okay, it's already out. So, whew, tell you what, I can feel an ache in my knee right now. I didn't realize it, but it went through my shirt. I just realized that when I got home. And then it went through the shirt, right here, into my thigh. And luckily it was angled this way, and it was all in my soft tissue right here. It wasn't angled in or straight. It would have got my leg or my hip bone, which that would not have been good. And when they pulled it out, I'll show you the nail. It's in the house if you want to see it towards the end of the video. There was no blood or bleeding, so it was all just soft tissue, which is really good. So right now, I can feel it in my knee. I don't know, it's not sore. I'm assuming that's because it's got a little bit of Novocaine in there, but it feels better than it did, that's for sure. So what did you think when all this happened?
What did I think? I thought, let's go to the emergency room. I said, don't pull that out. So luckily you didn't.
I mean, didn't.
It wasn't in anything, but still.
No.
You don't do that. So he listened.
I did.
And I was like, thank you God that it wasn't something worse.
Yes. So I haven't seen the video footage. I'm pretty sure the GoPro was on and this camera should have been on and recording, but I'm not sure yet. But I think what happened was we were up in the lift. Gina was holding it on this side. I had taken the nail gun from her and I was turning to get the nail gun over to my side, and being in this small area, I think I ended up bumping the gun towards me, and at the same time I must have like turned my leg and my finger must have slipped on the trigger and it shot one off in my leg. I heard the nail gun go off and I looked and I'm like, oh man, I hope I didn't get like an animal behind me or something. And I looked real down quick at me. I didn't see anything, I didn't feel anything. And then Gina said, I think you shot yourself. And that's when I looked, moved my shirt, and I saw it. Whew. Believe it or not, when it first happened, I didn't feel it, it wasn't painful. But now, we still need to get the trim up, and finish up the high stuff before the lift leaves. We won't be able to do that today, so I'm gonna try to get it for one more day and finish that up tomorrow. We're gonna pick up down here, do some more stuff this afternoon, but I'm gonna give my leg a rest for a little while today, and then I'll see if I can get this lift for another day and get this finished up. Because I'm sure once the lidocaine or whatever it was they used on my leg, once that wears off, I'm sure I'm gonna be a little stiff and sore. I'll give you guys an update. Afternoon chores must go on. Yeah. Right, Livies?
Yeah.
Good thing you didn't get yourself.
Yeah.
The goats are coming to say hello. You have to sneak in.
Oh.
Alright, you keep the goats company. I'll go collect the eggs.
Okay.
How many do you think?
10.
10? What about you there, Willow? How many do you think? 8? Okay. I'll go with Willow's guess of 8. How many eggs? Oh, that was a good haul. How many eggs do you think will be in the nesting boxes today? We have 2, 4, 6, 7. That's the same as yesterday. You gotta stay on that side of the fence there, Miss Nora. Chicken grain's not for you, girl. She's like, oh, but it tastes so good. I'm wondering if there's 5 eggs in here today. What are you doing, Mr. Caleb? Little man. Did the chickens lay us any eggs inside your barn? Look at that, we got 6 today. That is a nice light blue one. I like it. Well, I'm glad we got the ridge cap on. I was just trying to go too fast today. When I got myself with the nail gun, I gotta slow down. Man, I'm lucky that wasn't any worse. Thank you, Jesus. That could have been a lot worse. Could have got my hip, could have got a bone. I mean, who knows where it could have got. Luckily, it was just a flesh wound. Man, we are so lucky. What are you doing, Tanner?
Tanner, what are you doing?
Being a good boy? You're silly.
He was like, he didn't know if he wanted to lie down or if he wanted to sit, so.
You enjoying that, son? Yeah. It feels good on your brown coat. You heard a chipmunk.
Yeah, come on. So this morning we were talking about what we would like for supper. So we thought maybe a homemade pizza, and then I thought, oh, I'll do a breakfast casserole, and instead of doing a crust, I'll try it with making hash browns. So I already have my breakfast sausage already thought out, and we still need to eat even though today did not go as we planned.
Too many days in the darkness without a glimpse of the light. Running down, broken and scared, but I swear I'll never give up the fight. I see you broken. Hat pulled down over your eyes. Every part of you wants to surrender the dark.
I'm just gonna go ahead and put the shredded potato in the colander and then rinse it until there is no more cloudiness coming out, showing in the water.
You were meant to survive with every star. We are born again.
Okay, so I'm going to lightly oil my pan. especially with this, I think that could bake right on. So I forgot to look to see how much this was shredded, and I think this should be enough here. Plenty, plenty, plenty. And I melted a couple of tablespoons of butter here. A teaspoon of salt. Hopefully it won't be too salty. I think that will be a good amount. I'm gonna mix that in and then put it down like a, pack it in like a pie crust. So I have that in the oven at 425 for about 30 minutes. I probably should get these peppers in there with those onions. So now I'm gonna put it in the oven at 350 and I'll put it in for about 20 to 25 minutes. I'll check, make sure the egg is cooked.
It's the next day now. I just got done editing the video. That was the first time I seen the video footage, so it was pretty surprising to me seeing all of it. I hope it wasn't too cringeworthy for you guys, but we are very blessed. That's all that it was. The wound actually doesn't hurt. Where I got my tetanus shot, that's sore. But the wound, it's not bothering me, which I'm surprised. I wanted to show you the nail. They let me keep it. So I got my pants and my undies attached to it, and it's a 2-inch long ring shanked siding nail. And those are the 2 little barbs. Will it focus? These are the 2 little barbs that I was talking about. So when they were pulling that out, I could feel them. There was a kind of like a whoosh, whoosh. And once they came out, it felt a lot better. So after watching the footage, what you think happens in your head isn't exactly what happened in the footage, which is kind of funny. It felt like it took a lot longer for me to realize that I had shot myself. And I didn't realize I shot myself until Gina said something. But in the footage, it looks a little bit different. So it's just kind of funny how all that goes. Dinner was delicious, I will say that. That breakfast casserole was good for dinner, and it was even better for breakfast this morning. That's where I'm going to end the video, guys. Be very, very cautious when you're working with a nail gun. Whether you think your finger's on the trigger or not, act like it is. That was just a total freak accident trying to maneuver the nail gun around. But yeah, be cautious. It's not any fun having to be in the ER and getting a nail taken out of your leg. So thanks for coming along on our homestead journey with us. You're a huge blessing to us in our homestead. We'll be right back here again working on the barn build. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.